Hi, welcome. We are on the final signature for our album, and we're working on this back panel here. I had hoped that some of these scraps that I have collected here would have worked to cover these, and they're too slender. They're not wide enough, so I'm just going to approach it a different way. We're going to have a couple of waterfalls, and I've elected to use this piece as our base. This is the other side, so you can actually use either side if you want. I love the contrast. Now, this being on the back panel, it's going to be a little bit bigger, so we're coming in at 8 5/8 in its width. And we are coming in at 8 3/4 in the height. We're going to have five waterfalls on each side. And I've cut them to fit this card. Now the reverse side, but I want to leave an opportunity for some journaling, dates, times, locations on the front of these. So the elements that you're going to need to have is this round circle. You're going to need to have 2 of them, and then cut another circle the same size as this element because you're going to fit it on the back side. Okay. And oh, that was a really silly dude. Okay, so these pieces here are going to measure 4 3/4 by 1 1/4. So 4 3/4 by 1 1/4. You're going to score it at 1/2, and then you're going to score it at 3/4. Can't get my numbers right this morning. You're going to want 2 of these, 1 for each side. Now, we're going to have 10 of these. They are all going to measure at 6 1/4 by 3 3/4, and you're going to have a 1/2 inch score on the length. You're going to come in here and you're going to score it at 1/2. So you're going to want to have 10 of these. So I'm going to go ahead and start adding tape to mine because I forgot to. That'll give you a chance to go ahead and get your items cut and taped as well. And then we'll start putting them down. Come here. Come on. All right, so there's that 5. And there's that 5. All right, so how I intend to set these in here is they're going to come up about midway, and we're going to be roughly, I think it's going to be 3/8 of an inch. Yeah, 3/8 of an inch in on both sides should leave you about 3/8 of an inch in the middle. And this is where I want to come in here and start trimming, because I feel like my paper's crooked, but it's the pattern. So you're going to come in about here so that when all of these are stacked, and I'm going to go ahead and stack them. I can show you. Okay, so with these all stacked, and they're going to come here about the middle of that framework, you're going to have approximately a 1/2 inch, maybe 5/8 of an inch down here at the bottom. All right, so I am going to go ahead. It's easier for me to do this upside down. And I'm going to come in about 3/8 of an inch, about middle. Is that 3/8 of an inch? No. It's so disorienting. Goodness sakes. Very disorienting. I'm thinking I'm putting it on straight, and I'm not. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to use this side. Okay, so I want to come in about 3/8 of an inch, so I'm just going to line this all the way down and then line that right up to the ruler's edge. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same over here. I'm going to set my 2 foundation pieces, and then I can start adding the rest. So I want to come in about 3/8 of an inch all the way down. I'm going to be optimistic that I won't need to use any undo for the rest of this, so I'm going to cap it off. Come right up underneath this edge. I'm going to just tack it down ever so lightly. And I want to make sure these are lining up. And when I get done, then I will burnish them into place, because I may need to adjust. Okay. Did I say 5? I think I have 6, or did I move a couple of them around? Here's 1, 2, 3, 4. I did. I moved a couple of them around. Now see, I do not know why this is doing this. I gotta tell you, this gets just a tad annoying at times. So if I'm at 3/8 of an inch, this should lay right here. And And this should be even. There we go. Even even. And now this one's too far over this way. Oh, it's because I've got it up too high. There we go. There we go. Okay, now I can burnish these in. So now we'll do it over here. Wow. Boy, am I that far. I know these all measured the same. I cut them exactly the same, so I'm not sure why. If anybody's got a hint here, send me a message. I'm not sure why these are not laying down. Oh, you know what? This one's not straight. That's why. This pattern paper is just giving me a devil here. So we will break out the old ruler. So I'm at a half inch, and I want this to be at a ½ inch. So now it should be straight. So now let's give this another shot. Okay. Oops, that one ended up being just a smidgen off. That's still off. I'm tearing my paper. Well, I must have that one cut crooked or burnished crooked because it wants to lay crooked. By the time I'm done, you won't hardly notice. Okay, my bottom one down here is off an unacceptable width. I'm going to try and lift it. And straighten it out a bit. Okay. Now I'm going to go and add these bands in. Oh, I've already got them taped. So I'm going to bring it right up to that first ½ inch score. Flatten out the gusset. Come on. try and find roughly the middle. I went through all that and moved. Okay, we're going to try this again. All right, now I want to get this magnet down. And I had worked out that if I centered it like so, now I will take this off. I'm going to lift this. I'm going to make sure my gussets up straight. And then I'm going to put that down. Now, how am I looking? I think I'm looking okay. So let's do it over here with this one. Same process. I'm going to pull this down, kind of center it a little bit. I'm going to take this off. Lift this, make sure the gusset's standing up straight. And then commit. And I'm going to slide that off, and I'm going to slide that off. Okay. Let's try that again. Let's see what we have here. The one looks higher than the other. And we'll see how it comes together. They're easy enough to, before I put down this piece, they're easy enough to make adjustments to. All right, so in my scraps, I found this beautiful filigree piece. And I've cut the two. This will go here on the outside. And then these will mount on the top, like so. And then I'll glue down the respective backs. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this piece down. All right, I want to put a piece of tape on this. Scissors. Make sure that's standing up straight. And then I'm going to glue this piece down right here. Oh no, I can't do that yet. I have these pieces that have to go down. This was the side I wanted. Okay. Now I'm going to have, this is going to be raised up right here because of what's built up underneath of it. So I want to make sure that I attempt to get decent contact, especially around the edges. That glue is pretty quick to dry. Now we're going to set this in place. And then I'm going to take a little bit of tape and repeat this process. It's not centered like I would like, but it is what it is. I'm not going to fuss over a little bit. Oh, Pete's sake, Charlie. You tried to do it again. I'm so anxious to get that piece down there, I forget to do this. Okay, I need more glue here. It's not connecting. And more over here. Okay, so now when these come up, we got good contact. So now I'm going to put this one here and this one here, and I just saw that this bird, there's the birds. So I think I want to balance the birds out. I know that sounds kind of silly, but I'm going to move this one over here. They're the same size. That way there's a bird on both sides, like so. Okay, I just noticed also that I had not inked these. If I did, it was on the wrong side. Okie dokie. I'm taping these down. I'm gluing these down. I don't really care if I have to tear this one section of the waterfall out. And move the magnet. This is a very snug fit on the width because I just didn't want them any wider. Okay, that's a better fit. It's hard to see the red seam on this when you're up against red. But I wanted to make sure that I had, I'm gonna have to put more glue on this. Now I want to cover these pieces here. So I found a scrap piece that I liked. Now it has a design to it. So I've cut this and stacked it to match so that hopefully the design matches up if I didn't mess them around too much. Now these are 1/2 inch. I'm coming just a hair off the bottom. Now when you put a photo in here, you're probably going to cover up some of this, but that's okay. I just want to cover the seam. Oh shoot, I'm flopping things around over here. All right, so let me put this set on, and then I'll move to the next step. Did I get these mixed up? I probably did. I was pretty careful, so it just depends upon which way goes which, I guess. Well, it doesn't matter, I guess. I've got them all goofed up. I really wanted the pattern to look like it was flowing. I got them twisted around. Okay, now when you open these up, there's this big red, just this big red openness. So what I've done is I've come in here and I've cut another set of pieces. Now these I don't really care whether they line up or not because they're going to be separate. These are 3/8 of an inch, and I'm going to put them right in here in the gusset. And it helps to break this up. This is a 1/2 inch gusset, so to fill that 1/2 inch strips would create bulk. So I use 3/8 of an inch. That way they still turn over nice and easy. And the gold is complementary to any picture you put in here. Now when we get to the back of this, you've got a nice big spot to put a photo down here on both sides. If you want to, you could put a pocket here. You've got plenty of scraps. It would be, you wouldn't have the advantage of really coming in with some tall items because it is a little bit shallow, so it'd be better to maybe leave it for some additional photos back there. I think that's the last one. I cut a couple of extra just in case. All right. So we are done. What I do want to do kind of quickly here, this was a fast signature, so I'm going to come in here and put a little bit of Wink of Stella on this bow and on the ribbon strands. And then some over here on the holly leaves. Add a little bit of a spark. All right, let's get the tape mounted to the back. And when we get it in our book, we'll be done. Now, be sure to run tape down the center, and I would run it the length of where the signatures are because that's where your weight is. Versus running it this way. You want to support the length of, or at least I do, I want to support the length of the signatures, so they are going this way. All right, got the book. My gosh. We are so close. This is going to come in here like so. burnish that tape in there so it doesn't start moving around on me when I'm picking up things and pulling tape off. I cannot see. And I really don't want to stick my head in the camera. Come on. There we go. All right, look at that, we're done. So there you go, the Nutcracker using Stamperia's paper collection. Love it. Thanks for playing along, and I hope to see you on the next build. Until then, bye-bye.